What's up guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about creating an epic life on your terms. And today we're talking about how to build a tribe that supports you. See, the moment I started figuring out that I need a tribe and working on it, from that moment on, I was able to completely transform my life. So I was able to quit my corporate job after 7 years, start a successful business around my passion. I was even able to create and sustain a healthy relationship after being single for 8 years. And to top it all off, I now get to live in my dream apartment in Madrid. None of this would have been possible if I didn't have the tribe that supported me. We can't do everything on our own, and a tribe will definitely help you. So today we're gonna break down how I got there, how I built that tribe. And I was somebody who did not have a tribe at all. I had one person maybe in my life that I was focusing completely on, and I was neglecting myself. So all of this is important. We're gonna talk about it and what you can do to create that epic life on your terms by finding and keeping and building the tribe that supports you and your dreams. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and follow me on Instagram to stay in touch with the newest updates on this channel. So let's talk about it. Why is it so important to find a tribe or build a tribe that supports you? Well, the thing is this, on the one hand, we can't do it on our own. We could try, it's not like it's not possible, but it's very, very hard. And the way you create more and more abundance in your life is to create an environment and people that support you in being the person you want to be. And so we have to take certain steps that'll make that happen so it gets easier for us. And the beginning phase is the hardest. And trust me, as I said, I've been somebody who didn't have a tribe at all. I used to be somebody who had one important person in their life, maybe two, and I focused all my energy on them. And it was more of I was doing something for them. I was the supporting role in their life. I was never really out to build a life on my own because I felt there has to be a support system for me out there, but it's not here. I can't find it. I was always imagining this social life and this group of people who understand me and support me and, want to see me win, but I didn't know where it was. And the truth is, we have to start building it, and it will have an immense impact on you. That is not to be neglected. I've seen Lori Harder talk about it, and she's like this fitness woman that then went to become like a personal development coach, and she's very successful. And her family was always overweight. She always had issues with food, and she said, no matter how much I loved my family, being around them was just too hard for me to overcome those limiting beliefs that I had about myself. And this is transferable to absolutely everything. So if you want to create a life where you feel empowered, where you feel like you have the support system, you have fun, you have people who really help you, you have to start building it. It's not going to be there for you to find. I think this is one of the misleading things because of course they're going to be people and tribes and groups that support us, like this one. Like, I love this channel. This is an amazing place, not just for me, but for you too. But this is not your home. This is one of the things, this is one of the pillars of your tribe. And that's how I see my life as well. So I have friends that I share my passion for motivation with. Then I have friends that I can just hang out with, relax, and enjoy my free time with. Then I have people who really motivate me to be the best person I can be. And all of this combined makes my tribe happen. It doesn't have to be that you have this one group that you hang out with and that's it. And then you have 5 people and they all have the same tribe. It's actually very different to that. I have my tribe, you have your tribe, and that does not mean that you're not part of my tribe or that I'm not part of your tribe. See, this channel, for example, this is my tribe from my point of view, but it's actually part of your tribe as well. Because what I have found is once we really get to a point where we say, I'm willing and open to get the people and the mentors and the support system that will help me become the person I want to be, guide me into the life I want to live, it's completely okay to get that online as well. We don't have mentors everywhere that we can just talk to. So I really made it a point to listen to so many different people online that really helped me to become the person I wanted to be. You know, those 5 people that have the biggest impact on you? If you're spending a lot of time listening or watching people that you want to emulate, then this is also part of your support system, part of your tribe. And so we got to figure out how we're going to build that, what that actually means for you, because in the beginning, you do not know exactly what you want, how you want to get there. And most importantly, you can't wait until you find that one person or this group of people who represent everything you want and everywhere you want to be, because you will not find that. Why? Because what you want is completely unique to you. There's nobody on this earth, no matter how much success they had, no matter how happy they are, no matter what kind of family situation they have, no matter how great it looks on the outside, it is never the life you want to live. Because even if you find somebody and you would say, oh, they live the exact life I want to live, well, that's how it looks from your perspective. If I would look at the same person, I would see a completely different thing in them. So you decide what you want. And we're going to talk about how to figure out what you want, what kind of people you need in this tribe in order to, help you to become more of that person, how to adapt this entire dynamic, because from time to time you have to let people go from your tribe, and sometimes you have to give them a different standing, a different meaning. And the more you look at it from this completely rational point, the easier it's going to be. Because it might feel like, oh, you're just talking about other people as if they were objects. It's like you're saying, oh, I'm gonna put this person over here, and then I'm gonna put this person over there, and I'm completely objective, and it's just like furniture I rearrange. Well, that's not the case. The thing is, we have to actively try to be as neutral, as rational, and objective as possible, because the moment you let go of this, you can't control your mind like this 24/7. It's just not possible. And the moment you let go, which is actually the majority of your time, your emotions will get the better of you. And I rather want my emotions to attach me to people who are actually beneficial to my life, who help me become the person I want to be. And at the same time, you'll see that if these people are really beneficial for your life, then they'll make sure that you're a support system to them as well. See, those relationships that help you to become the person you want to be, they're always beneficial for both parties. That's just the nature of it. Because if there's a person who wants to grow and who is uplifting and is really excited about something, then they're not gonna accept people in their life who do not see that as their goal, as their value. They will not be okay with having people around them who pull them down. And what's really, really interesting is that you won't find one person that is uplifting in all areas of their life, or that want to have success in everything and care about everything. There are people who care about a very detail-oriented lifestyle. There are other people who are all about having fun. Other people are all about security and having a stable lifestyle. And then you have those that really care about having action and excitement in their life. So all of this is part of your potential tribe. You don't have to say, oh, I want to be exactly like this person. But if you say, I want to have more excitement in my life, then you need somebody in your tribe who's more exciting. So what kind of components does your tribe need? That is something that you have to figure out. And I definitely recommend that you sit down, you get a piece of paper, and you think about what kind of life you want to live. And if you ask most people, they just say, I don't know exactly. I just don't want to be neglected. I want people to see me. I want to be supported. I want to have friends that actually look out for me, that respect me. Great. Then let's think about what kind of people would give you all of those things. And to also keep in mind that it never ever has to be that one person gives you everything, or the 5 people in your life give you everything. And I'm somebody who has a really tight-knit community around me. I'm really never been a person with a lot of friends, but I've made it a point to recognize that if I want to grow, I need to incorporate new people in my life. I need to change dynamics that are already going on, and I need to let certain people go. So let's say you're looking for security in your life. There's been so much turmoil, people come and go, so much drama, and now you want to have a safe place you can go to. Well, then what kind of friends would give that to you? Who do you have in your life who will not give you probably the biggest excitement, but will give you this security? And to not look at them and say, well, I'm downgrading because I actually want to have this exciting life. And now if I want security in my life, I have to give all of that up and have, let's say, boring friends. That's not the case. Actually, I have people, the most closest people in my life are more of the security people than the excitement people, because I bring so much excitement into my life. What I need is more of stability. I need people there that I know are gonna show up for me, that I can count on. So once I was able to get over myself and realize that I can't expect that much from everybody around me because I'm the one. I'm the center of my tribe. As I said, you're the center of your tribe, I'm the center of my tribe. That does not mean that you can't be part of my tribe and that I can't be part of your tribe. But your tribe starts with you. So when you think I need stability in my life, I need friends I can count on, then you have to be okay with them not being everything to you. You can have friends that you can have so much fun with and go out and party, and then you have friends that you know you can rely on. All of this is part of your tribe, and you don't have to judge neither the person for not being everything to you, and also not being judgmental towards yourself for having a separated kind of friendship group. See, I needed to learn all of those things. I needed some time where I needed people that are support system for me for a certain time in my life. And after a while, I realized we just drifted off in different directions. That too was completely fine because it wasn't that you gave up on that friendship. You always have friendships that are beneficial for both sides. If you feel like, well, I have to stay with that person because I feel obligated because they've been there for me before, but haven't you been there for them as well? Because if you think about having friendships and a tribe that are simultaneously and continuously beneficial for both groups, then the moment you say, I'm out, or this is not beneficial for me anymore, you're not taking anything away from them. Because up until this point, it's been beneficial, and then you say, sorry, now I'm going into the other direction. Sometimes that's necessary, and it's completely fine because, as I said, we need to prioritize our personal growth over relationships that might clip our wings. We all have friendships and we all have people that support us in a certain part of our life that are there for a reason and a season, and then it's okay to move on. And in my experience, I never ever had a relationship that actually ended in a fight because one person wanted to stay and the other one didn't. Like, that only happened if I had been in relationships that were one-sided, where I was giving so much more than the other person was. And then I said, I can't do this anymore. This is not helping me. I'm leaving. That's when the other person got defensive. Otherwise, this just drifts off. You experience your life differently, you develop, you evolve, and you kind of like drift apart, and you either have still a great relationship but a little bit more distant with a different dynamic, or your lives just go their separate ways. All of this is okay. We're adults now. We're completely dependent and responsible on our own behaviors, on our own decisions, and that should be the focus on building your tribe. So really make sure that you recognize where you want to be and what kind of people you need for that. So if you feel it's difficult for you to recognize where you want to go, then write it down. Sit down every day for 30 minutes and you do this for a week. I guarantee you by the end of the week, you'll know what you want, because it's better to make a decision that isn't perfect than to not make a decision at all. So let's say you want to be a writer and you have all these ideas you want to put in a book. What kind of people do you need in your life that support you? Well, first off, you could find a group that encourages you to write. So let's say a little mastermind group, or there are groups where you meet once a week, you talk about your progress, and that really helps you to become the writer you want to be. You need a place where you know that people want to see you win, want to see you succeed. Because if you think about your normal friendships or your family, they might not have any connection to what you want to do. See, when I started doing this channel, none of my friends understood it. Till this day, they don't. They support me, but they're not like my real support system when it comes to me becoming the best YouTuber, the best life coach, the best mentor, or the best business person I want to be. Because that's just not their world. Most of my friends are not there, or they weren't there, and our relationships have changed completely. So in the beginning, I actually tried to incorporate that into my life. I wanted them to be part of it, and then I recognized just because they don't understand this, just because this isn't part of their life, that does not mean that they can't be a support system in my life, but they can't be all of it. I need you guys as a support system. I need my online mentors. I need the people I listen to on my audiobooks. I spend hours every single day getting my mindset to a place where I want to be, and really allowing mentors in my life, even if it's digital. So I listen to audiobooks, to audio programs every single day when I get ready. That's just no exception. I meditate daily. I make sure that I surround myself, as I said, even with people online if I don't have them in my surroundings, because I don't. I don't have people who are entrepreneurs in my life. But that does not mean that I can't get that. I can get that digitally. So get the mentors, get part of your tribe from the people that can inspire you. So get some audio programs. You can get the Epic Life audio course, and there's so many more. Something that resonates with you, and don't get stuck on that. Sometimes a certain author resonates with you, and 2 months later it's somebody else. That's completely normal and completely fine, as long as you're the center of your tribe. And the point is to keep building this up. So to say, what do I want my friends for? Well, the friends, let's say my girlfriends that I've known since school, they are there to tell me that this is long lasting. Like, I know no matter what, they'll stay in my life because they've been in my life for so long. We've been close for so many years that no matter what, they're there and I'm there and we're part as a family. This gives me a security none of this excitement stuff could ever give me. But that does not mean that this is enough. So I have this in the back of my mind. I know what kind of dynamic I have with my friends. So there has been times where I was so much closer with my friends and it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy at all because they live their life in a way that is not beneficial for me. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I believe we all do that. I believe if you're too close to a certain person that is just too different than you, not in a bad way, just different, and you immerse yourself in their world, that is not beneficial for you. As I said, that's why I made a point to say this person doesn't have to be everything for me. I distanced myself emotionally, mentally from my friends. I wasn't so concerned with what they wanted, what was great for them. I was more focused on what I wanted. I'm the center of my tribe. And by changing this perspective, I realized first I have to take in the energy, I grow, and then I can give without expecting anything in return. That's how all those tribes and relationships get built to a point where it's really a support system. So for example, you wanting to write that book, you need a support system in your tribe, like a part of it that will make sure that they keep you on your toe and they will tell you if you're slacking. So that could be a coach, that could be a mentor, that could be just a group you meet with. You will find in almost every city at least a group that you can do this with. Or you say, I'm gonna get a coach, I'm gonna get somebody to help me. See, the Olympians, like the best players in the world, they have coaches. You know, like Oprah has 3 life coaches and business coaches that help her. The higher you are at your game, the more you know that you need that support system. Maybe it will be perfect for you to get into a group that meets once a week and really works on their book. And if you can't find one, create one. There will be other people who want to do this. Create an environment where you get motivated to become the person who sticks to their goal of writing that book. So what do you do when you're at work and you don't have people there who support you, who understand you, you feel excluded? Like, what do you do then? You recognize that your job doesn't have to be all that. Your job can either be a thing that you have in your life, which gives you, professional recognition, which gives you security, money, and you get to do what you love to do. Or you see, well, I can't get it here, so let me change it. Let me get a job where I have more people like me, like something like this. But for example, I was in the finance world, I was in the corporate world, and most people were just different than me. How can I be in this environment and beat myself up for people not understanding me? Like, how is that possible? Like, those people are just different than you. Then why are you expecting them to understand you, to be your friends? You chose this job. You got there. So what I did, and I don't say like quit your job because that was not the choice for me. Like I actually stepped up my game. I went into a 6-figure job. I created all of this while like this channel and like all of this that this entails while I was working, a 6-figure job and having like those 50 hours of work weeks, because this job was supposed to help me mentally, to build me up. And then I knew what I wanted from this job was that I have people who respect me professionally. I knew what I could give and what I could receive. I didn't expect too much. I didn't want my coworkers to be my friends. And I kept my distance because I only accepted relationships that were beneficial for me. And even at work, it was the same way. I recognized if there were people who did not like the way I was, then I became more of who I was. So I made sure that they actually didn't want to hang out with me. I never ever tried for them to like me. I made sure that I am who I am, and let's see what I can get from this environment while I'm being myself. And then you see, well, as I said, I get, let's say, financial recognition, I get security, I get some kind of professional respect, but I won't get friendships. Well, where do I get friendships at that give me a feeling of, oh, I'm in a family environment? Well, maybe you can find somebody when you're going to your art class or when you're going to a theater group. You'll be surprised what an amazing feeling it is if you have something like a checklist. Like, really look at it, it's completely objective and rational, like it had nothing to do with emotions and feeling like giddy and secure inside. Just have like a checklist. Well, I need people who respect me, professionally. I need people who I can have fun with. I need people who give me a certain type of security, and I need people in my life who are motivated. And when I'm with them, that makes me more motivated. And then you figure out, how do I get these relationships into my life? And as I said, look at the different groups, look at different mentors, or look at situations where you can have peers that give you all of that. And just step by step, you have a check after each thing. Oh, I want to have friends I have fun with. So I'll make sure once a week or every other week, I stay in contact with this one friend, because every time I meet her, we have this complete fun and it's amazing. That's probably not the person I'm going to go to if I'm down or if I have deep emotional distress, but that person is perfect to have fun with. And that's respectful, because when we're together, we're really appreciating the kind of friendship we have. And it's great. And then I have people that want to go deep with me, that probably I can go and have a party with, that probably don't drink, don't really go out that much. But with them, I get to have deep philosophical conversations with. And that really gives me the support of being heard from that aspect of my soul, of my, personality, and I get that fulfilled. And I also make sure that I get motivated, because I need that motivation. I want to be a more motivated person. So I hang out with people who I know are motivated on their own. And if I don't have that in my life, then I look for it, as I said, digitally. It's completely fine. Whatever it is, you get to see that and you get to readjust these things. I've had people in my life that really motivated me, but we got to a point where I realized, well, I now took the next step. I now actually stepped up even more into my own, into being who I want to be, and that person didn't vibe with that. They didn't like the way I lived my life. It was just too different than how they decided to live their life and what was important for them. So I had to recognize, well, as much as I love this friendship, now I had to decide what is more important to me, keeping this friendship alive and keeping the same dynamic alive, or am I going to step more into the person I want to be? And then I have to decide to what kind of aspect I'm going to keep that friendship in my life. Most of the time, we just have to change the dynamic. It doesn't really have to be that we have to cut people out of our life, but we adjust it in a way where we get to have a positive interaction, where it's still beneficial for both of us, but it's not something that pulls somebody of us down or makes us feel like we can't grow. And you'll get to situations like this. And I've had friendships that I had really, really close dynamics with that now are much more loosely in my life. And I still appreciate having them there, and I still appreciate the support we give each other. But the best way to optimize this kind of relationship is just at a distance. And that's how you readjust over and over again that tribe in your life. You really say what kind of person gets what kind of role. And I really advise you to take it completely on a rational basis, on an objective basis, and not think that that makes you a bad person. Because as I said, The moment you let go, which is 95% of the time, it's not like you go and think every second of the day, oh, this person I'm gonna talk only about fun stuff with, and this person I'm only gonna talk about deep conversations with. Like, these things happen naturally. Like, they do happen naturally, but we have to go out and incorporate that into our life and recognize that it's not one group that you're gonna find out there that's gonna be the tribe that supports you. You built this and you change the dynamics over and over again to build that tribe that supports you. And before you know it, you've built a life that gives you everything you want, including the people around you. After watching this, take a piece of paper, take your notebook, and write where do you want to be, let's say in a year. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to have in your life? And then think about who is in your life right now that helps you to become that way. And then also look at the people who might not help you to be there. What kind of dynamics do you have with them? Maybe it's time to actually let that go. But you know what is the easiest? How to really distance ourselves from the people that are not beneficial in us growing into the person we want to be. We create the new ones. It's very similar to the whole gratitude practice where you say only when you focus on the things you already like about your life, that's when you get more of that. Like, you can't say, oh, I like 95% of my life suck and 5% are good, and I'm gonna focus on those 95% because that's the majority of my life, and I have to find a way to fix all of those things. That's not gonna happen. That's not how it works. That's not how our mind works. What actually works is to focus on the 5% and really make sure that we take those 5%, be okay that it's only 5%, and then say, now I'm gonna build on making 6 out of the 5, and then 8 out of the 6, and then 12 out of the 8, or whatever. That's how you grow it. And the same way it is with your support system. You don't have to think about all those people that you're so interconnected with right now that give you this understanding of who you are and are just the support system in your life, although they bring you so much pain. You don't have to think so much about how to let that go. You create the new ones that help you to become more of the person you want to be. You add this to your life. You go to the theater group. You make sure that you step up your game and get a better job, which gives you this security or this recognition of your professional success. You go out and find a mastermind group that helps you to become the writer you want to be, or you get that coach, or you get that mentor, and you immerse yourself in all this positive work you find online and digitally can download, whatever it is, all of this. You add this to your life. And the more you add this to your life, the less you're gonna care about these other things. And before you know it, they just have vanished because better stuff has come up that now takes off your attention. It's like you've had this crutch, let's say you break your leg and then you have this crutch. And you're not supposed to stay with this crutch forever, but how are you gonna let go of it? Well, you're gonna find things that will motivate you to walk without the crutch, at some point. And you start walking, so you find more people, you get more into the situations, and then one day you get up and you weren't even thinking about that there was a crutch, and then it's gone. And I've seen this so often in my life, people I've had in my life, looking even back 1 year ago, I was thinking, why was I hanging out with them? Why did I, reach out to that person and was hoping that that person would give me some kind of support? And now, I wouldn't know in what kind of situation I would need their support, because even without them, I'm so much better, me as a person. They didn't give me what I need right now, because I'm able to give myself so much more than they could ever give me. And there's absolutely nothing bad about it. We have to be okay with letting people go that do not support us in being the person we want to be. Only if we prioritize being the person we're meant to be, we get to show up in the best way for us, for society, for our family, and everybody. Let me know what you want most from your tribe, what you're longing for the most. Let me know in the comments so we can discuss it. If you have difficulties of letting people go from your tribe and forgiving them and moving on, watch the video I did on forgiving and moving on. Like always, guys, I wish you a wonderful day, a great week, and I talk to you next time. Bye.